What's up, y'all? What's up? Welcome back to What's the Grape, Sis? So tonight I am here to discuss this story. This is a story I've been wanting to do. I just finally got around to it now. But anyway, you're looking at the picture right now. On the left, this is the rapper Asian Doll, and on the right, it is Nicki Minaj. Everyone knows who Nicki Minaj is. But let me just go ahead and get into stories. Two different stories. It's not about, they don't know each other. I mean, well, I'm pretty sure they probably do know each other, but you know what I mean. I'll just cut that out. So anyway, so for those who don't know who Asian Doll is, Asian Doll is, she was born Sharon Jermisha Allen, and basically she's an American rapper known professionally as both Asian Da Brat and Asian Doll. She is a Texas native. Allen became, at the age of 21, the first female artist signed to Gucci Mane 1017 Eskimo Records since its founding in 2010. It's saying in Wikipedia, she was also born December 7th, 1996, so she's 23 years old, and she was born in Dallas, Texas, or whatever. So let me get into it. So basically, we saw last week sometime that Asian Doll had put up some tweets online about just how she was feeling about colorism and stuff, and she got a lot of backlash for that. A lot of people that I feel that shouldn't have been a part of the conversation was part of the conversation and was throwing salt her way. So let's get into the quote, what she said. So basically she was saying, a lot of light-skinned girls posting Black Lives Matters like, you hoes not racist too. Y'all bullied dark-skinned girls all our life, thinking y'all was better than us, talked about our skin color, called us monkeys. You hoes fraud. But keep spreading fake love. You hoes will never understand us. Then she went on to say, light-skinned bitches way evil and jealous to dark-skinned girls than the white folks, but that's a different racist topic. So, this isn't the first time she spoke out against colorism or had anything to say. I'm pretty sure she was referring to light-skinned black women versus dark-skinned black women. And she was talking about, being bullied when she was younger and some of the things that you heard. And like a little side note, honestly, colorism is real. This is something that a lot of dark-skinned women experience. So I don't understand how some people, and especially some of these celebrities out here, just acting like they never heard of this shit, and they're just so confused about this existing. But what really bothered me was that this girl, Mariah Lynn, decided to jump in it, and I'm just wondering, who invited her to the goddamn conversation? Why is she even here? So she jumps online and she says, bees are so dumb, like how the F are light-skinned girls evil and jealous? Go educate yourself before you fix your mouth to say something ignorant stuff like this. The focus is Black Lives Matter, not who's jealous of who, the F. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, so while we focusing on Black Lives Matter, let's also address all this stuff that's going on in the black community. This is the time. I'm tired of people saying that, it's not a good time to discuss this. So when is this a good time? Because this has been going on since forever, and it has not changed. Nothing has changed. We still see these issues come up. But anyway, Asian Doll, Asian Da Brat, or whoever, she did respond. I don't have that video. I'm not going to show that whole video of her responding back to Mariah Lynn. But she did have this to say. I believe she put this on her Instagram or Twitter. I don't know. But she says, for everybody who's mad about me speaking on being a colorist is weird, I'm speaking on this for all the black girls who experience this, not you selfish bees who think the world revolves around them. This topic is 1,000% true and 10,000% true, and I'm tired of coming across videos online of little girls crying because they get bullied at school. If you're not the bully, then shut the hell up. If this don't apply to you, then shut up and let bees in the back who have bullied other girls for being black speak up. Instead of trying to find something so wrong with what I said, try to help educate your black kids, raise the future generations, right? So this type of stuff won't continue to go on like it's normal and swept under the rug. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not bashing nobody. I'm speaking the truth to help my young girls through the life. I give them the cheat codes on the daily. And, I feel that. I get that, like it's, she a youngin' as well. Like, I know a lot of people were bringing up some colorist stuff that she said in the past about being burnt or being too dark or African dark, something she said that was ignorant. But I also think about the fact that, we give so many, chances to other people within the race that do the same stuff, say colorist things when they were younger. We say, we always say stuff like, we don't know how they were going to be when they got older, or we don't know, if they could have changed their life, if they're going to change their life. So I definitely think that Asian Doll on this part where people bringing up her past tweets saying that well, your color is too. I think that's part of colorism, self-hatred. Like, some women who are darker women that were bullied by lighter skinned women do start to hate their skin, and they sit there and say, well, I'm not that dark. And you've heard the ones that some African Americans that sit there say, when I was younger, they used to always say, like, oh, I'm mixed with Indian, I'm mixed with Native American. They would list all the stuff they was mixed with, and then they would say black last, like almost whisper the damn word black. So I'm not holding that against her. So, and I just want to, I'm just showing examples of people, that has done exactly what Asian Doll is talking about. Like, this one was from, even this is from 2012. This was a message of this woman and I believe she's in England, and she's, I'm not really sure what she does, but I know she's on television and she has a platform. But she says, dark-skinned bees shaving their head, expecting to look like Amber Rose, when really they end up looking like Michael Jordan. Laugh out loud. So, like, why would that even be funny? Like, why is that even funny? What's so funny about that? And then, like, this one right here, that this woman put online, I think this is Instagram and Twitter, I'm not sure, whatever. But she put black women, period. You cute, but don't get too excited on this beat, laughing my ass off. Now, see, it's a dark-skinned woman saying dark-skinned black women. That's it. That's the tweet, saying that she felt like she looked good, she got to put a picture up there. And here it is, this lighter-skinned woman saying, don't get too proud. Like, you should be ashamed of your dark skin or something. Like, that's ridiculous, And then here's another person putting up stuff like dark-skinned bees be shaving their head, expecting to look like Amber Rose, but end up looking like Lil Bill. Then this one, another one, dark-skinned bees be shaving their hair, expecting to look like Amber Rose, but end up looking like Lil Bill. Oh, I guess they retweeted what somebody else had said, thinking that it was funny and stuff. And then, here's more, it looked like more light-skinned black women saying stuff about darker black women. Here's another example. Like, here goes this one girl. This is in 2018. She says, every dark-skinned girl is not Keisha from Belly. Some of y'all bees is Kodak Black. And it's just like, okay, do you feel better about yourself? Like, I've seen some ugly light-skinned women who thought that they were beautiful just because they're light-skinned. Like, I guess they were told they were pretty because they're bright, because they're light or whatever. But they, don't let me get into it, y'all. Don't let me get into it. But the reason why I wanted to talk about this, because this is still affecting kids to this day, like Asian Doll was saying, which is why I believe Mariah Lynn needs to shut the fuck up. What you're looking at right now is this picture, this image, back in the day of them doing like the whole baby doll test, where they put a white doll and a black doll in front of a black child, and they ask them like a series of questions, but one of them is like, which is the prettiest doll, and which doll would you rather take home? And they always pick the white doll. And that's what I'm saying, that this has been a constant issue, and I'm sick of people acting like it does not exist. And like, people act like they don't remember. Well, of course it wasn't during my time, but I'm pretty sure during my grandparents' time, or during my great uncle's time, they had to go through this stuff. Like, they had these things around, but people forget, like, at churches, and at different colleges and different fraternities and black sororities, they would do this paper bag test, which was like basically holding your face up to a paper bag, and if you weren't lighter than the bag, then you weren't accepted into the sorority or the fraternity, or you wasn't accepted into the church, or you wasn't accepted into the college, or whatever, you know, the high black society, you know, group or whatever. Like, people act like this stuff didn't exist. You know, we may not be still having paper bag tests physically, but mentally, you never know what people are doing, what people are saying. Especially since they said, like, there's been studies that have shown that it is for darker people, dark-skinned black people. It has been studies shown that they have been discriminated when it comes to being hired. Like, some companies have discriminated against darker black people and said they prefer to have lighter black people employed there instead, you know. And then I was also like, you know, like I said, this is part of our history, you know, it's in our history. This stuff has happened, like, especially going back to the comb test, you know. Basically, at some certain black churches, they'll have a comb hanging by a string by the door, right, by the entry. And if your hair couldn't go through the comb without getting snagged, you know, without the comb getting snagged on your hair, then you weren't allowed to go to church. You weren't allowed to go to church there. Like, how disgusting is that some black people were doing that to other blacks, you know? If we're all one. And, you know, and it's just like, you know, I just want to show you guys more proof of this stuff. Like, here's another guy, you know, a guy on Twitter saying, my wife got to be white. I want mixed kids with good hair, and I won't settle for less. Like, that stuff is really ingrained in some people's mind, that self-hatred, that I don't want to be black by any means necessary. I don't want to be black. Like, it's sad, yo, but it's definitely here. And the shit gets passed down to kids and stuff like that, you know. And, you know, this is just some of the things I was finding online. Like, this one's from 2013, but I'm just showing you guys, like, this is all the different tweets and stuff that I've showed you guys have been from different years, like 2012, 2013, 14, 2018. Like, come on, it's still around. Like, so this woman puts up, all you dark skin hating on light skin bees, don't act like if God gave you a choice you wouldn't change your color. LOL. I mean, if God gave me a choice, I would still stay my color, because I love being black. I love being dark. I love not being X. What am I mixed with? I'm mixed with black on black, baby. Okay? And it's just like, I wish people would start being realistic about this, like starting like to come to the table and want to have real conversations about this and start shutting this stuff down, shutting these men down that perpetuate colorism, as well as these women that do it, that benefit from it and perpetuate it as well. And like, they act like we didn't have movies and stuff regarding this. Like, this stuff has been going on for years, and it's time to stop. It's like, you know, another thing that I found so funny is that I remember growing up, like, lighter girls just scream from the hills that, I'm a red bone, I'm a red bone, I'm a red bone. And they try to make it seem like being a red bone was something to be proud of or something. And I remember, like, when the whole melanin movement started, you know, darker women want to be happy and celebrate their darker skin, and how a lot of lighter women jumped on the bandwagon. And I remember, like, some dark skinned women were saying, like, how the fuck are they jumping on the bandwagon now when these were the same bras that were calling themselves red bone? Now they want to celebrate melanin? Just saying. That's what I'm saying. We need to talk about it. We need to have a conversation. And it's like, and I just want people to be honest, like, this, the bullying, I just don't believe the bullying that lighter people experience is the same as what darker people experience. This is like a continuous thing. Even into adulthood, you can deal with this stuff, you know. A lot of darker women, when they get older, they still have to deal with this ignorance from men and from other women who look down on darker people. Like, and I think a lot of that stuff is dropped when darker women get older. I just don't find it the same thing. It's not the same thing to me. And it's like this woman, like, perfectly, like, wrapped it up for me. Like, I found this tweet that this lady put up, and she basically was saying that light skin girl insult. She won't text back. She got a big forehead, laughing my butt off. Dark skin girl insult. Roach, demon, animal. No one wants you. Like, so dark-skinned girls get dehumanized when they get insulted. There's no contest comparing a light skin to a dark skin insult. And that's all I'm saying. Like, it's no contest. I was like, I think, like, the darker the woman is, if she does something and it's, like, posted online, the more aggressive the audience is towards her, the more aggressive people are that put posts. Like, for example, I don't know, like, I was reading this post online, and this woman had said something like she had done something dumb, like she went to go see her ex or something like that and get closure or something. And I remember, like, and she was a darker woman, and the people were just like, that whore, and that B, and that she needs to be, that's one of them girls need to be dead, and they'll never, like, just going so hard, so aggressive against her. So I mean, I just think this is really time for us to have a conversation about this. We really need to come to the table and really have a conversation about this and actually create steps to improve this. Create steps to get rid of colorism. So future children, the future kids, future black kids don't have to even think about this. So that's what I think we should be working on as a community during this time where all this stuff is going on in the streets and everything. We can address this as well. We can concentrate. We can multitask. Come on now. Now my next story was on Nicki Minaj and Tekashi 6ix9ine or whatever. So about a week ago they released their new song Trolls, and people weren't happy. People were upset. They were dragging. I don't even like to say dragging. It's just like people go so hard on certain people to me. Like they are so aggressive towards certain women to me. But that's neither here nor there, and that's not part of the story right now. That's something else I'll get into, a different story I'll cover. But people are just saying like she's canceled, for doing this song with the rat. But when I first met Tekashi 6ix9ine, but when I first saw this rapper, I saw him in this. I saw him looking just like this. And when I saw this image right here, I thought to myself, who is the Mexican kid that is running around saying the N-word with a lot of black people supporting him? Seriously, who is this guy, And I was just saying that, like, that's not a good look. I remember just thinking like it looks ignorant. I can't believe people are really supporting this clown. I just really did not think that he should be in rap music at all. I didn't think he genuinely loved the craft. None of that stuff. I just thought that he was ready, like a Cardi B, ready to jump in, make some money, and jump out. I don't really care. But people still accepted him and try to put him on this pedestal of a good rapper and all this other stuff, and was backing him, and everybody knows how that story ended. Okay, this is what I was talking about, inviting people to let me be quiet, let me keep going. So, but it's just funny to me how the men are just attacking Nicki Minaj because she decided to work with this guy or whatever. And I just feel like, well, you guys created this guy. You guys said y'all the ones that stamped y'all approval for this guy, and now you mad because she's making money with him. And it's like, I just see how people just attack certain women, just how they attack them or whatever, instead of just ignoring it, they just go on to attack. Like, so this guy put up here and she's still struggling to twerk or whatever. Like, okay, I guess she's struggling to dance. You don't like her dance. Who cares? And then somebody else, like another man, he writes, she retires and comes back, makes a song with a clown. Y'all both clowns. I mean, but who's the original clown for putting the stamp of approval on him? Like, who's the original clown for backing this guy? Huh? So, and then this girl go on and say she's canceled making music with the op. But the op was okay when it was making money with this clown. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's crazy to me, it was like a lot of Latin gangs, a lot of Hispanic gangs would not touch this clown. They just like, no. But then this baby, y'all not ready for it. Y'all not ready for that. Y'all not ready have that conversation about certain people being let into hip hop, okay? Let into rap or whatever like that shouldn't even be there in the first place. But I'm not even gonna have that conversation. It's been going on for years. I mean, ask T.I., okay? But it's just funny to me how people is just fun. It's just funny to me. People are just really going after this woman and everything like that. Just really, really going after her just because she worked with him. I mean, oh well, you know, she had to make her bag. She wanted to make her money, you know. So what? Y'all got a problem with it? Y'all shouldn't have co-signed this dude in the first place, you know. Period. Point blank. Shouldn't have co-signed him. Co-signed him. Period. That's all. But thank y'all so much for joining That's the Grape Sis, or What's the Grape Sis tonight. I really appreciate y'all coming through and listening to this. Please make sure to like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and definitely subscribe to me on Instagram as well, y'all. All right, bye.